I don't think that was random. Episode 1, pilot episode. I've always known. I don't think that was random, and today's story is why. Do you believe in spirit? Ever since I was a child, I've always felt different, and not in a tragic, misunderstood artist way, but more like, why am I running in circles at recess, pretending I'm Pocahontas, while everyone else is playing Foursquare and Tetherball kind of way? I was that kid, fully in my own world, hair blowing in the wind, leaves, pigeons, and vibes, all in perfect synchrony with my imagination. I truly believed I was communicating with colors of the wind, honestly, and still kind of do. Now, I did have a core group of childhood friends, thank God, who totally accepted my quirkiness, or as I prefer to call it, my uniqueness. And they're creative too, expressive, weird in their own beautiful ways. That mattered. It made me feel safe to be myself. And when I couldn't sleep at night, which was often, I prayed, like really prayed. As a little girl, I was deeply touched by the story of Nossa Senhora de Fátima. We had the VHS tape. Yes, VHS. I know I'm dating myself. And I watched it over and over again. I was fascinated, entranced, and I was remembering thinking, please come to me too. I so desperately and dearly wanted a visit from Nossa Senhora. I went to a Catholic school that no longer exists today. Same one my mom went to. The church it was connected to, though, still standing, still thriving, over 100 years old, right in my hometown of Little Portugal, San Jose, California. And as I got older, middle school, and some teen years, those sleepless nights sometimes turned into creative rituals. Playing with my hair, making different styles, butterfly clips for days. And if you know, you know. Making collages from my Teen Beat magazines, which I still have saved those, and my Teen Vogue magazines. Hanging posters of music icons who inspired me. Painting and writing little verses and quotes directly on my walls. So sorry, Mom. And almost every night, I would open the blinds to my bedroom window, and outside was our backyard, and beyond it was the most magnificent sight. Five Wounds Catholic Church. Five Wounds Portuguese National Catholic Church. Everything around it was dark, but the church was lit. Glowing, majestic, whimsical, mystical, and to this day, it still feels extraordinary to me. That church, built over a century ago, felt alive, grounded, spiritual, like it held stories in its walls. Which it does. It wasn't just architecture, it's ancestry, faith, devotion, standing tall together. And as a kid, I felt that. I knew deep down that spirit wasn't a made-up fairy tale. It was real. My mom used to say that our home might have been a stop, quote unquote, before heaven. And honestly, the older I get, the more I believe in that. We lived near the church in an old Portuguese neighborhood. My mom and I were very strong souls of faith, even when I was little. Our house was always described as homey. People would walk in and say, wow, this feels so comforting, so homey, just like home. So maybe, just maybe, souls felt the same and felt safe there. Who knows? It's just something we've reflected on over the years. Now, here's where things get interesting. Well, one sleepless night, I was about 11. I was sitting on the side of my bed working on something creative, probably a collage, very on brand. I was calm, focused, completely in the zone. And then my bed dipped right beside me, right in the center of the bed, like someone had sat down. I froze, paralyzed, full body fear, the kind of fear you don't forget. I could not move, I could not speak. I just stared at the space next to me that was absolutely not like that before. In regular terms, I was freaked out, bro. I was freaked out. I honestly don't remember exactly how it ended. It's blurry, but I know I prayed hard. I begged God to protect me, and slowly the fear lifted and the bed went back to normal. and I ran into my parents' room like I always did. Mind you, this is the same kid who asked her dad to kill spiders well into my mid-20s. So I did not play. My mom always believed me. She never made me feel crazy. My dad, yeah, very skeptical, very old school Portuguese man, which honestly created an interesting balance. And as a Libra, I kind of appreciate that now. Actually, I appreciate that a lot. And what's wild is my dad's more open to spirit now. So seeing that shift, yeah, that's pretty cool. After that night, I made a deal. I told God, spirit, angels, whoever was listening, that I never wanted to experience that again. And I didn't. They respected my boundary. I've never felt that kind of fear since then. And even though I've tried to explain it over the years and tell myself that I just imagined it, it never left me because I knew something happened, and that moment became the beginning of everything. In this podcast, I'm taking you through my spiritual journey, the signs, the moments, the things that made me stop and say, yeah, I don't think that was random. Yes, some stories are creepy, but at the core of them is love, guidance, protection, connection. Spirit isn't here to scare us. It's here to remind us that we're not alone. Maybe it was coincidence, or maybe it was spirit. But either way, I don't think that was random.